I used to think grief had an expiration date, that if I smiled enough, worked enough, distracted myself enough, the ache would dissolve, like sugar in warm water. But 4 years later, I still couldn't touch the box under my bed. It was her box, my mother's, the last thing she packed before the hospital took her away. I remember the nurse saying, "We'll keep her things safe." But they didn't. They handed them to me, a daughter who didn't know how to breathe without her. I kept the box sealed with brown tape and dust. Every time I tried to open it, my chest tightened, like it wanted to protect me from what was inside. People moved on. They stopped asking how I was. They started saying things like, "She'd want you to be happy." And maybe she would, but what if happiness felt like betrayal? Every morning, I made coffee and stared at the sunlight spilling over her old chair. I'd catch myself talking to her about nothing and everything. "Mom, do you think I should paint the kitchen blue?" Then I'd remember she wasn't there to answer. Grief makes you forget time. It makes the world spin at a different speed. I didn't notice how small my life became. Work, sleep, pretend, repeat. Until one night, I found myself on the floor beside that dusty box, shaking, whispering, "Okay, okay, Mom, I'm ready." I peeled the tape slowly. The sound was too loud in the quiet, and when the lid came off, the smell hit me. That faint mix of lavender and old paper. Her smell. The first thing I saw was her sweater, the cream one she wore every Sunday. It still had her perfume on it. I pressed it to my face, and everything I'd been avoiding for 4 years rushed back. Her voice, her laugh, the way she'd hum while cooking. Then I saw the letter. It wasn't long, just her handwriting on a folded piece of paper tucked beside a framed photo of us. It said, "If you're reading this, it means I couldn't stay long enough. I hope you know I never wanted to leave you with so many unfinished conversations. Don't let grief turn your world gray. Live, my love. Laugh loud. And when you miss me, open the window. I'll be right there in the wind." I swear, the moment I read that line, a breeze slipped through the room. Gentle, warm, soft like her hands. I cried the way I hadn't cried since her funeral. Not the quiet, polite kind, but the ugly kind, the one that empties you. And for the first time, I didn't stop myself. Because maybe that's what healing really is. Not moving on, but finally letting yourself break in peace. When the tears slowed, I sat there smiling through the ache. I realized she never really left. She was in the light that touched my face, in the music that played on the radio, in the way I still said her sayings without noticing. The next morning, I did something small but brave. I placed that photo of us on the kitchen counter, right where I'd see it every day. It didn't hurt as much as I thought it would. It felt like breathing again. And as I poured my coffee, I whispered, "Good morning, Mom." And for the first time in a long time, it didn't echo back empty. If you've ever kept your own box sealed, the one filled with someone you lost or something you can't face, maybe tonight just sit beside it. You don't have to open it yet. Just sit there and breathe. We all have stories like this, stories we're still learning how to live with. If you felt something while listening, stay with me. There are more stories here. Quiet ones, healing ones, for nights when your heart needs to feel less alone.